All right. Cool. So let's go into your guys' homework. Is there anyone that didn't do it? Is there anyone that didn't make 30 calls?
I didn't.
Okay.
Just
Uh,
because it takes forever. I mean, I don't know if I'm doing right. I'm trying to make the calls, comp, and talk to them at the same time, and it's taking me way too long. I think I talked to like 11 people, but
okay.
I got
How
I
many,
want yeah.
11 total calls though, or how many total calls do you think you made?
No, I think it was like 11. I made like 12 calls, but I had like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven conversations and like two offers.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's that bad.
No, no, that's still, it sounds productive.
Yeah, and yeah, but I wasn't able to get to 30 calls, I guess, because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I do have like I need help with like a company to make an offer to my first call, which
Yep.
should I tell you?
Yeah, let's do it. Drop the address in the chat and let's take a look at it.
Okay, on stream. Uh, just the regular general chat or the comp chat?
Or even the Zoom chat.
Okay, I'm gonna drop into Zoom then. Uh,
I just let them know where you're at, and then just say, "Hey, do you have any others I can check?"
there you go.
Just see if they'd be.
I think that the my offer should be around 300, and someone that works for you in your team also told me that's probably the minimum.
300.
Yeah, I think it's around 300,000. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this thing needs work. Oh, look at that pool. Is this
So
two
probably.
stories?
Yes, I think it is.
Okay, yeah, there's the stairs.
Yes.
What did the agent say?
Um, that was my first call, so the conversation wasn't really that long. Let me see what
Yeah, radio for me. Thank you.
actually didn't made any note
Okay,
on that one. Yeah, I was kind of lost.
that's great.
Yeah, it's a good ARV. That's why I thought 300 would work.
Let's see.
I did see one address like 42 around for like 5555.
5-5.
Yeah, that one 555. Yeah, three
This
two.
one. So the thing is, with this property, ours is a two-story home.
Yeah,
So we can't comp a two-story home to a one-story home. We have to find another two-story property.
got it.
So that's what I'm doing right now, right? Or else like these would
Um,
all be great comps for sure.
yeah, I
Um,
three.
good.
I think the lady that helped me. Let me see if I can find it. I think she sent it to me on Discord. 1 second. She
Okay.
found one comp. I don't know how to use these things. Uh, where do I see the messages that people send me? Like she sent me the address.
Did she send it to you in the server, like in the channel, or did she send it to you as like a DM?
I think it was a DM.
Okay, so then there should be like the servers on the left and at the top before you can like go and exit out or whatever. It should like it's the Discord logo and it should say direct messages. And then you could go and find it there.
Okay. Oh no.
Does
So
ours?
yeah, yeah. She didn't send it to me here.
Um,
Um, direct
where's
message.
the backyard?
Right, so let me try to figure.
Okay, it does have a pool.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. No.
Which number does it work for you?
Shit. So she sent me an address. It's like W Banff, West Banff. I'm just not sure of the numbers.
It's probably not that one. Wonder if she went over there this way.
Banff.
I usually use Capital Fund One. Who are they? Buddy, this buyer will come up $3,000. Save the deal. He's maxed out. All right, let's see what this takes out. It says this one's 2-story. Okay, here's a good comp. And this one's not even. This one's smaller, and it doesn't even look that great. All right, what else was 2-story?
Trying to find the address she gave me, but
Ours was 1,900 square feet. This one's multiple stories. This one's way bigger though.
I think the one is a 3730 W Banff Lane. That's the address she sent. I'll copy and paste there. Wait, where is the shed here?
Oh yeah,
Sent you.
this is a good one.
Yeah.
Built in 69. This one looks kind of like ours.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't know.
Too far.
Did you talk to Brooke or Jean or Andrea?
I talked to Brooke.
Oh, okay. So the thing is with this one, it looks like our property. Not that it's a bad comp. Ours is also a little bigger, but this one's over this main street right here, over 35th. So it's not something I would really like to use. But if we
Yeah.
absolutely can't find anything at all, then we might have to. But I mean, I do think that around 400K is pretty accurate. Let's see what else we got. Okay, there's really not much other stuff. What does this one look like? Yeah, so I mean, this one right here is, where is it? Is it that one? I think it's this one. This one's a good one too, and this one's way smaller than ours. So based off this and the other one, I mean, I do kind of think it goes around 430.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I do think that's what a good ARV is for this. But even that 430 that Brooke sent is smaller. Because ours is 1,900 square feet. So it's like it possibly could go for more, but we can't fully base it off that, like off projection. Like we need hardcore evidence. But let's just say 430 for sure. This thing needs a ton of work though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing needs a lot. And that pool itself is definitely going to cost about 10 grand. I guess let's just see. Did you already tell the agent or no?
No, it was very quick conversation. I said I'll check my numbers. I will call her back. It was like very brief.
Yeah, I mean, so I would honestly try and get this thing at like, I would tell this agent, I would call her, or is it a guy?
Her.
Oh, I know Dalton. He's one of my buyers actually. That's funny. But I would call her and ask them actually, hey, my partner says he knows Dalton. How come you guys didn't buy this property? Because Dalton's a flipper. So if they didn't buy it,
I think she said if no one buy that, they would fix it themselves.
yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. And I would ask them, okay, like, I mean, obviously you guys know the extent of the work that needs to be done on this. And so I mean, where are you guys thinking of buying this at 365, or like what price were you guys thinking this that you would buy this at? And I would see what they would say because I know Dalton's a big flipper in town. And if he's listing this, I think there's something wrong with it to why he didn't buy it. Um, so that's a big thing. And so I think that we could sell this around like 270, 280-ish. So I would want to try and offer like 250. And I would let this agent know, like, hey, after you say that, I would be like, honestly, for us, this thing seems like it needs a ton of work. And obviously, you guys know as being investors too, that pool is going to cost a lot of money. And so for us, we're pretty far apart. But we can still submit something if you would like us to. And she could tell you yes or no, or like how far apart. And if she does, just be like, I'm mid to high twos. So whenever we're like 100, I tell my team if we're 75K or more off of the list price or their asking price, we always give them a range. So, for example, for something like this, they're listed at 365 and we think we can sell this at like 270, right? So, what I would want to do is I would go and call and say, "Hey, Mrs. Agent, I'm honestly pretty far off on this. I don't think it's going to be the best property for us to make work for your seller. However, I'm always more than willing to go and submit an offer just to see if something sticks. What do you think?" And then they can be like, how far off are you? And then you could be like, I'm in the mid twos or I'm in the mid to high twos. Because that's not an actual number, right? And you're giving her a range where if you're like, yeah, I'm at 250, a lot of times they're like, oh my gosh, that's way too low, and then they block you or something like that. So I always like to kind of cushion the blow.
Mhm.
And so whenever I'm that far off, I give them a range. So mid twos to high twos could mean almost anything. That can mean literally anywhere from like 230 to like 280, 290, right? So they don't really know. So then if they're like, okay, it's probably not worth submitting in that range, then it's like, okay, no harm, no foul. I'll follow up with you in a couple weeks. And see how it goes. You know what I mean? Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, it does.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, so just we should get the contract if we get it at around 250. You said, right?
That's where I would want to offer on it. Yeah, I would offer 250.
Okay. Oh, all right. I also had some other conversation with some other people, but yeah, there's like more than one unit. I didn't know what to do. They kind of explained more than I asked for. Like there's a 2 unit, whereas both properties were in the middle of like being renovated, and then now they're trying to sell it because they have too many projects. But that's about it.
Yeah, those are good. That's good. Whenever there's multiple units involved, right, you guys should write this down. If it's anything like 2 units or bigger, you want to ask them, is the property separately or master metered? And so what that means is the utilities on 1 meter or is it on 2 meters? If it's a duplex, if it's a triplex, is it on 1 meter, 2 meters, or is it on 3 meters? And so sometimes electricity could be all separately metered. So everyone pays their own electric bill, but water is on 1 meter. So then the owner pays the water bill. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you want to find out, hey, is this property individually metered or is it separately metered? And then Another thing that you always want to ask with multifamily properties is it currently rented? Um, is it vacant?
This one is vacant.
Cool. Sometimes they have one unit that is vacant, one unit that is rented. And so you would want to find that out, which one's the one that is rented, which one is the one that is vacant. And then you always want to find out what is the unit mix. And the unit mix means how many bedroom and bathrooms are in each unit. So sometimes it could be one unit's a 2-1, the other unit's a 3-1. One unit could be a 2-1, the other unit could be a 3-2. They could all be identical and be 2-1s. So another way to ask them that too is, are all the units identical? And they'll correct you if they're not. So those are two different ways to ask for multifamily properties what the units look like. And those are all questions that you will need to know the answer to, because a buyer is going to ask you that
Yeah.
when you get it under contract.
Okay. And also for me to make that offer on the first one, I don't feel like I'm ready yet. Is there anyone that could do that with me, or
Yeah, yeah, we could do that.
because I feel like it's a good chance that they probably accept it, they accept the offer. I just don't want to mess it up.
Yeah. So you think that you have a pretty good chance of this one on where did the address go? On, was it 34th?
Um,
Yeah, 34th getting accepted.
well, they are she's an investor as well. Like I feel like the conversation she's pretty nice. So um yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Like I know they're listing higher than supposed to be listed. So I feel like if she talks to someone that can just explain and argue more than I can, probably maybe there's a chance.
Yeah, right. No, I get it. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do that too. Let's do that. You talked to Danielle?
I talked to yeah, Danielle Gish.
Did you say your name was Hector?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Can you guys hear it ringing? Hold on, give it a second. Can you hear it ringing?
Say again?
No.
No.
Hey Danny, my name is Matt Justice. My partner Hector talked to you about 34th Ave that you guys have listed in Phoenix. Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, so I saw that you guys, so are you partners with Dalton? Oh, okay. Oh, he bought it for 300. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I know Dalton pretty well. So I saw his name on the listing, and then when you just answered, it said home investors. I was like, oh, interesting. I wonder why they didn't buy it themselves, but that makes sense. Hmm. Yeah, might as well, right? See what you could get. Have you guys gotten any offers? Okay, wow, that's pretty good. Um, so I'm curious too, because I was trying to value this thing, and it seems like a pretty unique property. There's a lot of single stories in the area. What were you guys kind of seeing the ARV is? Yeah. Okay. A pad split would probably be pretty good for this. Yeah. That would make sense. It's a big property. Could definitely add some more bedrooms in here. This is like a garage, right? You could turn the garage into some more bedrooms. The only thing that I guess that would be our concern would be a pool. Be the pool. Yeah, you just fill it in with dirt. Makes sense. Well, honestly, I would love to make you guys an offer on this, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to beat out that 350 you guys have. Yeah, we were like right around that range. We were thinking or like closer to 300K. I know we probably could have come up a little bit to maybe like 310, 315, but we wanted to realistically be at like 300K just because it seems like it needs a lot. Yeah, definitely. Send them over to Hector. And if you guys get anything that you guys want, we also wholesale a ton too. So I've done deals with Dalton before. So if you guys are like, hey, let's try and see what we could get off market first, let us know. We're more than happy to shop stuff out for you guys. Yeah, totally. His name is Justin Ceballos. Have you talked to him before? I live with the Trana Bros. Yeah, but we have our own separate businesses. Danielle Gish. Oh yeah. The, heck yeah. And the Tranas say hi, by the way. Yeah, they are. Heck yeah. Well, cool. I'm looking forward to doing some business with you guys. There you go. Heck yeah. Cool. Yeah, will do. That's awesome. This is the perfect duo. Of course. Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, have a good rest of your day. Thanks. Bye. All right. So, I realistically would want it at like 250, but I guess they're seeing a 285 or 485 ARV, and I just automatically knew that we weren't even going to be able to make it work. So I was just like, oh yeah, we're closer to 300K. Um, that's the reason why I did that. Then
Yeah.
not being like I'm at 250 and she's like, oh, just like never call me again. You know what I mean? Like we pulled out all her other offers, right? So they said, oh, we already have a 350. And so then it's like, okay, well, I'm not even gonna beat that. And then she's like, well, where are you at? And I was just like, oh, we're closer to 300K.
Yeah, I got it. But like that means like just throw a number there, but it won't work.
Right, exactly. Like I already knew it wasn't gonna work, but just trying to save the connection and then that way we can have a good relationship. Rather than be her being like, "Oh, well, where were you at?" And you're like, "Oh, actually I wanted to be at 250." And she's like, "What the hell?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is she going to send me something? I think you told her to do.
Yeah, I told her to send you her off market stuff.
Oh, cool. All right. Thanks.
Yeah. I'm gonna text her though. So that way she can have my number.
Yep.
Um Do you guys have any questions about that call?
No, I just want to get smooth like you guys. It's my second language, so I freeze too much.
Yeah. No, dude, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you say as long as you say it with confidence, they're gonna think you know what you're talking about, you know?
Dude,
Yeah.
my first language, and I still freeze.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. It's just like I forget what you asked
Seriously.
though. Like I feel like I need like a paper, but then when I read a paper, it sounds like a robot, and then I'm like, oh, it's my English, but then you guys say you guys freeze as well, and then I'm like, okay, my English may be not that bad, you know.
Nope, it's not.
No, thanks. So it's just I guess lack of practice. You gotta practice more. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's just making the calls,
Yeah.
you know, and you'll understand the language of real estate.
Yeah. Like now I call 11 people. I have been trying to call people for like the past year, and I already felt like ashamed to do that, like shy to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I call 11 people and I feel like I don't even care anymore. You know, like the first one was hard and now it's just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
3 hours later, you know.
Yeah. Totally. Okay. So that was how your homework went. How did everyone else's homework go?
I didn't complete 30 either.
Okay, how many did you get?
I had 15 calls. Um, I presented 2 offers.
There you go.
Um, and it wasn't, you were saying people weren't going to answer. All of mine answered, but 2. Uh, so I was on on a lot. So yeah, and it wasn't quick conversations. I like talking to agents, so
Yeah,
it was kind of yeah.
there you go.
So
I love that. Heck yeah, sounds like it went well and you had some activity. That's all that matters. It's really just about getting you guys some activity right now. And like you guys all kind of have other stuff going on and then, you guys can ramp it up as you go. And so that's really good. Getting you guys taking action is the biggest part. And uh I mean, it's so true. And I've helped a lot of people get their first deal, and I've helped a lot of people try and get their first deal. The biggest thing that I see on people getting their first deal versus not getting a deal done at all is people are slow to take action. So that's why I wanted to get you guys just calling people today without any training or seeing any me call or me giving you guys any feedback or anything. That's why I was like, just make calls tomorrow and we'll talk about it on the call. You know what I mean? Because we have to get you guys in the habit of just learning to take action. And that's how you guys are going to get a deal, is just immediately taking action. So that's great. I love that. Colleen.
Hi. So I'm hoping as I continue to take action and I'm making the calls that I start to feel more comfortable speaking to agents on the phone because I do get nervous. Um, I didn't get my 30 calls in today. I feel I did bad because I only got like 7 calls in. I was able to speak to 3 of them. One of them, I think a property was on market for maybe about 5 days. The agent said they already accepted an offer, going under contract, have multiple backups already, backup offers. So she did offer to take my number and ask me to send her an email because she said as soon as she comes across anything that is coming up off market, she'll send it my way. So I sent her that, my information. I have another property. I spoke to another agent, hoping you can help me with a comp. They,
Yep.
I told them I would get back to him with a number because they said the seller wants to make a decision by 7 o'clock tonight, whether or not they want to accept an offer that they received already. They said they have an offer at 350 already that they're considering, and they're going to make a decision today at 7 o'clock.
Cool.
Can
Let's
I-
take a look.
Can I ask something? They are saying that people are not picking up. I don't live in Arizona, but what I did, maybe they are trying to call different states. I just bought like a second line, you know, those apps where you can buy a second line for $2. So I bought like a Phoenix phone number, and people basically all the phones I called, they picked up. Maybe that's the idea for the group here.
Not true.
My number is, I just figured if they question my phone number, I can just say, you know, this is a number that I never changed. This is the same number I kept to do business in. So, and
Right.
then if someone didn't call, I just shot them a text and say, hey, I just gave you a call. I'm just interested in seeing if your property is still available, looking to purchase it. Can we talk? And they called me right back.
Cool. Real quick before we comp your property, I want to
Mhm.
talk about that, and then I want to talk to Clifford because he has to leave in less than 30 minutes. But first on the phone numbers, that doesn't matter at all. Like if you guys are using it as an excuse of like why people aren't picking up, or like I don't want to make calls because of I don't have a phone number from the city I'm calling in. I have a 661 area code. Arizona's like 480, 602, 623, 520. My first year and a half, I used a 661 area code, and I used my personal phone, and I just used my cell phone and pretty much like a nice spreadsheet. You really don't need all the tools and gadgets to get deals. I did 12 deals before I even got onto an actual system and started using like a good CRM and changed my phone number and all that other stuff. So you don't need that. But yeah, it can help and it can work. But you do not need it. And it, like even now I used this system for over a year, and then I kind of have transitioned off of it, and I use my personal number now because I want people to have my personal number rather than my CRM, because it's obviously it feels more personal to people, and especially if you guys have iPhones and you're texting other people with an iPhone. Sometimes sometimes I'll look up the person's number and iMessage like to see if it's gonna come up blue, and if it doesn't come up blue, then I'll text them off my CRM because then it doesn't
That's
matter.
not fair because I don't have a phone.
I'll give you my personal number. All you guys will have my personal number, but I'm just saying, like with people I do business with, if I end up looking in my phone to see if their number is green, I'm giving them my CRM number. Okay. All right, Clifford, do you have anything that you want to talk about before you leave for your appointment?
Nothing, didn't make, but probably 5 calls. Most of my leads I got was other wholesalers sending me the leads. I
Okay.
was trying to get on the Discord, but it won't take my number. I'm not sure why. So I'm gonna work that out, but I have some leads a lot from some wholesalers, so I just want to send it to you and see what you think about the numbers and see if it makes sense.
Cool. Here's the Discord link again.
Yeah.
I just
Well, I did it, but when I put my phone number in, it's like it didn't
Oh,
want to take it.
interesting. But you're in the Discord server, right?
I, I don't know.
Okay. Oh yeah, I mean I see you.
I am okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what are the addresses? Or give me one.
Hold on.
So do you know, one, is this person direct to the seller or direct to agent? Do you know if they hold the contract to it, or are they also like just daisy chaining it?
I'm gonna give and take and say they probably daisy chaining it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. Sorry to hold up the line. I'm sorry.
All good.
Okay. This one is 1420. All right, this is 200 Green River Trail, Fort Worth, Texas.
Green.
76
Wait, so
200
Green River.
Trail.
Is Green River one or two words? Oh, there it is.
2 words. Fort Worth. 76103.
Okay. So it's a 4-3 built in 1974,
Yes.
3,500 square foot house. Okay.
And they're asking for 290.
I don't like Privy. I don't know why it does that. This is what we're gonna do. They're asking 290.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's all we can do then. Yeah. Okay, that looks like it's dated and sold at 350. 10K is at 377, but we'll keep pushing it. But yeah, I think it's good that we started the retrade now. They can think about it and respond all weekend, and then maybe we lock someone in higher, or maybe they just take it. Sold at 540. Does ours have a pool? That's an 88 build.
No pool. No pool.
Ours is built in 74, so 14-year difference. Yeah. I think start there. And our lot's bigger. I don't like this as a comp because of the year build difference. But let's still take a look, see what else there is. Okay, there's really not much. Yeah, I think so too. I can feel it.
And the person claimed that the ARV is 650.
Definitely not 650.
Right.
This one right here that we looked at, this one is the highest one that's sold, but it's not really renovated.
Still dated.
Yeah, it's a little dated. I don't see it. I don't like using dated properties to comp. But obviously sometimes we have to. So we know it should possibly still go for that or more, but let's take maybe not. This looks nicer than those other two properties, and this is on market for 444. This is 67 builds, so we can't really use that. Oh well, ours was what, 74, I said?
Yes.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was just a bunch of crackling noises that was going on. I wasn't sure. I mean, this isn't renovated either, but this one's on market 45 days. Our lot is way bigger though. So we do have that. I would say I would think that this is more of like a 500K, maybe 520 ARV. Like based off this one, this is sold at 540. This one has a smaller lot too. But this one also has a pool and it's dated. So I mean, I think that we can't say exactly that this is gonna be a 540 ARV just because of this one. However, with this having a pool, it being dated, and a smaller lot, ours has a lot more going for it than this one did.
Mhm.
So we could definitely think that it would go for more, but I wouldn't say that it's gonna be. What do you say, 640?
640.
So when I work with other wholesalers and they share an insane ARV like that, I just ask them straight up, hey, what comps are you using? I think I'm missing something. I think this thing's probably only going to be worth about like 530 to 550.
Right. Well, I mean, I did the numbers and I'm saying I'd offer, what would you offer for that property?
Well, let's see.
If we go off
3,500 square
520.
feet. 3,500 square feet. That's not a small property. That's pretty big. That's probably going to cost a decent amount of money. And I don't know what the condition of it looks like exactly, but I bet you this thing's going to cost a minimum of 120 grand, maybe 125. So if you think about that, 550 times 0.8 minus 125, I would be closer to like 300K.
Okay. They
What are they
want
offering?
290. They want
290?
they want 290 for the offer.
Okay, and that's at Complete Cosmetics, and that's at $35 per square foot. I don't know what the condition of the property is, and ours does not have a pool, but I don't know what the heck is gonna happen with ours. I don't know the age of the roof, the HVAC stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I
Actually,
mean,
he said the roof need to be redone.
okay.
The roof need to be fully replaced.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
HVAC need to be fully replaced.
yeah, on a 3,500, I guarantee you there's probably two HVACs on a 3,500 square foot property.
Right.
That's probably going to cost about, those are going to be huge units too. They're probably going to be anywhere from 7 to 10 grand each. So that's already 20 grand. So then minus 20. And then a roof replacement on a 3,500 square foot property is definitely not going to be cheap. That's probably going to cost you about another 15, 20K ish alone. So let's just say 20. So then that would want for a buyer to pick it up, would want to pick it up around 275. So they're not far off. They're pretty close.
Right. And then I haven't seen the property yet, so that could be more stuff going on.
Yeah, we don't even know what's going on in the inside.
Right, right,
We don't know if there's, if the plumbing needs work or if the electrical needs to be replaced.
right.
You know what I mean? So, but based off that, an end buyer, if they want to make 10% on it as a flip, should pick it up at 275.
Okay. Okay.
And also I think that, I don't really know exactly what the ARV is. We're saying it could be 550.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if I were you, what I would do is,
Find out where it
do you
comes from.
do you have a buyer in Fort Worth that maybe likes this area? Lake Hills, White Lake
I don't
Hills.
have a buyer, no, but I could fish around.
Okay, so what I would do is I would go and find a buyer for just like I would go and try and find someone. Do you have Privy?
Yes, I have privy.
All right, so this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to Privy, and this is like one of the best ways to find buyers is go to Privy, and if you have a property, then go and circle your area, and let's see, share. Go and circle your area like this, and then hit deals. And there's no fix and flips, but there's below market. Is that just, let's see, who bought these? That looks like it was a regular person that bought it. You can always go and call one of these people too and just be like, hey, do you guys invest in real estate? Or like, would you want another property in that area? I'm working on one right now and I would like to get your opinion to see on what the ARV is and what you would pick it up for.
Okay.
If they know. But it doesn't look like there's a lot of flipping activity in this area.
Okay. Okay. But hey, I got to go, Matt. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
All
No,
right,
no, you're
guys. Have
good.
a good one. All
You
righty.
too. All right.
All right.
Colleen.
It is 1702.
Hold on. 1702.
W for West, and it's Sunny Slope, one word, Lane.
Cool. Heck yeah. I love that you guys are trying to do Arizona. This is great. 4/3/1980. Oh, let me share my screen. Sorry. With a pool. What did the agent say for this one?
He said that the roof is 13 years old, HVAC is 10 years. Doesn't have any information for the electrical and plumbing, but he says it's in, like, the last time he doesn't think it was replaced, but he said it's in good condition. He just said that the home is old and needs a lot of remodeling.
Yeah. Okay. This is probably a 460 ARV. What are they asking? 410.
410.
We need to be on this thing. We need to be at like 320.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, everything in here is gonna need to go. Like, there's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 right there now.
Yeah.
Is that? And then there's 5 different types of flooring. That bathroom sucks. I mean, that shower doesn't look bad. That looks like a new shower. But this property needs pretty much everything except for that one shower. So I would call the agent
Mhm.
and let him know, hey, I spoke to my partner. This is a great property though. We love this area. However, this is not a small property. It's 1900 square feet. We got 3 bathrooms we got to do. It's going to take some work to get it done. And so I would say this is probably going to cost us about 75 grand to do. And that's kind of being a little conservative. If we're not doing, you said the roof is good. The HVAC was what, like you said, 7 years old?
10, and
10.
roof is 13.
Okay, the roof is probably fine. The HVAC is probably gonna need to be replaced. It might work fine, but sometimes you can still leave it, but most people won't want to. So
Mhm.
let's just assume the HVAC we need to do too. So that's probably gonna be about, I would just call it an $80,000 remodel. So 460 times 0.8 minus 80. We would we would need to be pretty low. I think this is a good area. I know I have people that would want this, and would definitely pay a little more for it. But we're gonna need to be as close as possible to 300K. And I would tell them that, like, hey, look, not exactly in those words. Hey, look, we like this area a lot. We've done a ton of stuff in this area, but this thing needs work, right? And it's not a small property, especially if we're gonna end up redoing the HVAC. Just because when we want to go and push out good product, since the market's been a little weird, we're having properties sit on market for longer. Sellers are asking for concessions and all this other stuff. We really like this, but unfortunately, or I wouldn't say unfortunately, but we're gonna be pretty low, and so I don't know if we're gonna be able to be the best fit for your seller. and he'll probably be like, okay, that's fine, or ask you for a number. And
Yeah,
if
he
you,
asked me if I can let him know because they have an offer that they're considering accepting tonight at 7 at 350.
that I think that's really high. It's probably a wholesaler
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't 100% know what they're doing. I will probably end up seeing it on our list tomorrow if they take that offer. And I would let them know, like, hey, look, that 350 is probably a pretty good offer. I would just, if I were you, I would make sure that they're a wholesaler, and if they're a wholesaler, they're actually good to go. If they're someone that's going to live there, then you should 100% take the 350. Like you should, if it's someone that's going to live there. If it's someone that's an investor that says they're an end buyer, I would double check to make sure that they're not a wholesaler. If they are a wholesaler, I would really try and figure out if they're actually good to go, because that seems pretty crazy. Like you could say I've done wholesaling in the past, and regardless, for us to pick this thing up, we got to be as close as possible to 300K. So there's no way I could beat out your 350.
Okay.
Unless you can all of a sudden show me some comps that show for like 500K, but I don't think you're going to be able to send me any of those. You know? Hmm. Yeah. I think that 350 is pretty high. I definitely think we can get this deal done a little higher than where most people need to be, but I think 350 is a little too high. I think we could definitely be competitive and still try and make something work,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think we could beat out 350. Like there's two pretty good properties that were renovated. One sold for 440 and the other one sold for 465. Bars has a pool actually, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that one has an extra bed. Ours has an extra bath. So that gives us about a 460, like 480. Oh, wrong. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I think that we would still be a little bit under 350.
So around 300.
I think we could possibly come up to like 330. But like I think it would make it pretty hard anywhere above that.
Would you be able to do like you did on the last one and call so I can see how the conversation would go?
Sure.
For my plan is like tomorrow, like I want to make like a list tonight. I don't know if I should have made my list yesterday and did all the calls instead of making the list today and then calling, or just looking, calling.
What you guys should do, if you're very limited on time,
Yeah.
is like whenever you're at like dinner or like about to go to bed, just go and make your list, and then that way you
Okay.
have it ready to call the next day.
Okay.
And
That's what
that's what
I
I
was
would do.
cramming in, trying to get my list together
Yeah.
this morning and doing the calling plus working. Okay, so I'll do that instead.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back, and then we'll call this agent.
Okay.
Hey guys, how do you guys find like real estate agents' phone numbers like to make your cold calling list?
What I do is look their numbers up and put their name into the to search and
No,
put real
I
to
mean like
behind.
find like a big listing of agents just for us to cold call. Like,
If you know the market you want to work with, because I did this before, you just email the Astro support team and ask them to send you an agent list in whatever market, and they'll email it to
the Astro support team.
you. Mm-hmm.
If you want to
Uh,
cold call agents in
Yes.
Arizona, I have the entire
Oh.
agent list of all of Arizona that I could send you guys.
well, yeah, I wanna do something in my market, first, and then definitely, probably look into some more places to do that. But I wanted to do it in California first.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, let's call this agent. Can you guys hear? No?
We hear you.
You can't hear the call?
No,
No.
Oh my gosh.
we didn't hear anything of the other call.
Really? Even after I shared my screen?
No, just heard you.
Oh
That's
my
you.
gosh. That would have been good to know. And I'm like sharing my screen for no reason. Oh my gosh. All right,
But
let's
no,
do
it
it this
wasn't for
way.
no reason. We was looking. We just didn't
That's
hear.
crazy. I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna just do it on my phone. You guys can hear now, right? Cool. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for letting me know.
No. Oh yeah,
No?
we hear a little bit.
We'll send it to you. And some mindset stuff, and then the other wholesaler phone call. And everything. So yeah, you got it. I mean, there's a wedding.
You've reached Eugene Parker with Kenneth James Realty.
All right, let's double dial. That's actually technically a triple dial. Contracts and deals is possible, but like this isn't just like everyone on our team, even everyone else's team knows this isn't just like it's already been going for months. So it's just like this is just like for 7 days, but like we're still gonna be like we know you, so we want to be a resource forever. You know what I mean? So yeah, we know
You've reached Eugene Parker with Kenneth James Realty. Sorry, I'm unable to answer my phone right now, but if you please leave your name and number and the nature of your call, I'd be happy to get back to you at my earliest convenience. If you need an immediate response, please feel free to text this number. Have a blessed day.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey Eugene, this is Matt. Colleen, my partner, gave you a call about your listing on Sunny Slope. Was just giving you a call about it. Call me back when you can. Thanks. Bye. Damn, I'm so sorry. I did not know that the last one I did, you guys couldn't hear it. That's freaking crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we heard you though.
Oh my gosh. I totally thought after I shared my screen that you were able to hear.
So I saw in a Discord sometime today there was a message about like a sales training or something. If we had time to jump on,
Yep.
like is that something that we would often see in the chat? Because I would love to jump in just so I can listen.
So my buddy does that every Thursday
Okay.
at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys, I can email you that link as well.
Mhm.
So you can make sure to save it because he uses the same link every Thursday. But he does direct to seller personally.
Oh,
So him
okay.
and his team, they do a direct to seller role play, and then me and the Tranas will hop on, and then we'll do a agent role play. Eugene's calling me.
Okay.
Hello, this is Matt.
Hello, Matt. This is Eugene Parker. I just received a phone call from you.
Hey, sorry about that. My phone wasn't working for a second, and I guess it was. So I apologize. Did not mean to call you 3 times. Oh man. Yeah, so my partner Colleen, I guess, spoke to you about this property on Sunny Slope. Does that ring a bell?
Please ring the bell. I don't recall speaking with a colleague, but I've received a couple phone calls about this property, so forgive me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame
do you
you.
guys
This is
think?
a pretty good area, so I'm sure you guys have been kind of getting blown up about this.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you right now. There is an offer that they are considering. It's a purchase price of $350.
Okay.
With a 10-day close and a 4-day escrow. I mean, a 4-day inspection period. I don't know if that was something, as you guys are reviewing it, that you would be open to offering in place, but there is a 7 p.m. expiration date on it. We got it yesterday. My clients, like I said, they are considering it. They just haven't made a decision yet.
Totally.
Again, are you guys thinking that you would be in that ballpark in terms of offering price?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think we're not far off from it. But I think we're a little bit lower. It just seems like the property needs some work. And I mean, luckily ours has a pool, so we think it could go for a little more than some of these others that have sold in the area. And we just like to push out good product. But right now we're trying to be a little more conservative because stuff has just been sitting a little longer, or we've been getting some concessions, and you know how it goes. But yeah, so that 350, do you think the seller's gonna take it by 7, or they're just trying to see what else you guys can get?
Well, everything else they've rejected. So as of right now, they're highly considering taking it. Just because everything else has been in the 310, 325 range. We had somebody give me a verbal of 340, and 350 is currently what we have on the table. So I don't want to string you guys on or
Totally.
anything like that. But if you guys were considering it, it would probably have to be either at that price or with a quicker close, or something that would exceed that 350 price point, because they're going through personal matters, and they would prefer to just go ahead and sell the property and move forward and take their proceeds and go.
Yeah, no, I get it. Could I ask you, is that 350, are they an investor?
Yes.
Are they a wholesaler?
No, it's not being wholesale. It's actually going to be, it's an end buyer.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's not a wholesale. They're going to flip it. Just do the extensive remodel.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I was just like, man, I don't really want you guys to get tied up at a price, and then for a wholesaler to try and shop it around, and then at the end of their 4 days come back to you and try and renegotiate with you,
Yeah, no, I've had my fair share of wholesalers with the open market, so I'm
Crazy.
I can't believe you guys. I mean, wholesalers are getting. I don't want to say you guys because I don't want to assume that you're a wholesaler, but they're getting pretty creative with their language and how they present these offers. But I've seen enough of them, and I know enough to kind of understand, who's a wholesaler and who's an actual flipper. This company is actually intending on purchasing the property, flipping it, and then, seeing what they can get for it on the open market.
Totally. Heck yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't think I could beat them out. But I do really appreciate talking to you. And I mean, you seem like a great guy, and it seems like you might get a couple stuff like this. So I would definitely love to do some business with you in the future if we can.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't know, what is your buy box that you guys want to be within, or what type of transactions are you primarily looking for? Are you looking for extensive remodels? Something that is what's your return rate that you guys are looking for? Because I have another one. It's not as expensive, but it also has tighter margins. I'd be happy to give you that address. It's a newer build, and it's more so just the circumstance of the sellers. They need to sell it.
Got it.
And there is some equity that is kind of built into their selling price that allows you the margin to say, hey, it's a quick flip. Probably, in my opinion, it's less than It's less than 3 weeks because all it needs is paint and carpet. And I know that that's a cliche in the real estate space, but it's a 2019 build. So the house
Oh, wow.
is 5 years old. The couple is actually they're separating, and they don't want to go through the divorce proceedings with the asset attached to the both of them. So they have a number in mind. I can give you the address, like I said, if you want to look it up and kind of do some research on it. I can send you some pictures if this is a cell phone number.
Yep.
And kind of you guys do your own assessment, but if that's something you're interested, yeah, just let me know. I can definitely pass that information along.
Yeah, could you text me the address? So it sounds very interesting. I know for stuff that we like, we definitely like to do a little more remodel than that, but that doesn't mean that we're opposed to looking at stuff like that and seeing if we can possibly still make something work. So I mean, I would definitely be willing to take a look at it.
Okay. Is this your can this number receive text messages?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Say that because I know I'm pretty sure you're on a dialer, or you might not be on a dialer. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to make sure I can send you the address via text message if possible.
Yeah, no, I could text on this number. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a cell phone.
I just sent over the address, so it's in Levine. It's in Levine, so just take the address and then I'll send pictures. I have another investor calling me ironically about Sunny Slope right now. So I'll send you pictures shortly, and then you let me know your thoughts about that one.
Cool. Thank you, Eugene. I appreciate you.
No problem. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye. Boom. That's a freaking win. We get another address.
I was glad we can hear from the other end.
I know. I'm so freaking sorry.
Great.
Oh my gosh.
That was great.
If I would have known, I would have done that on that first call, man. But that's good. All right. So yeah, we're cool with like just you guys also need to realize like not every property is going to be for us. And sometimes there are totally going to be other people that can pay more for specific reasons, and be okay with passing and saying like, no, this isn't going to work, or telling them, hey, go and take that offer. You know, when you genuinely want to help people and make sure that they're winning, that you will receive in the end too. Because if this person does come back after 4 days and say, hey, I can't make this work, or I need to be lower, and because of the fact that like you're like, hey, that sounds like the best scenario for you, I'm not even gonna freaking do anything about that, he can end up coming back to us later on and giving us another opportunity at that. So just want to say that, but that's super cool that he gave us another address too.
Okay.
Heather.
I'm looking at it's a 12 multi-family unit.
Okay.
It's, do you know anything about the Roosevelt bungalows? They're all vacant.
Bungalows.
It's 100% vacant. They're 1 bed, 1 bath. And the property is bank owned. So I don't know how I would need of repairs. It is 1545 West Roosevelt Street. I don't know how I would approach this one, but that one sounds like it would be an awesome, like, I know there's some people in AstroFlipping that want to do like communities with the pad splits and stuff.
Okay, so this property is interesting. I remember this property going around, and I just looked it up in my email, and the first time that it got shopped out was in August of 2023. And then it got shopped out all of the like September, October of this year as well. And it looks like the latest price that it was sent out was 1.05. So it was more than what this list price is. So it raises concerns, right? Because it's only 30,000 more than what it's listed for. So it's like, why is this still on the market right now? 1.02 is not that far off from 1.0. Was it actually 1.0? Yeah, 1.05. It's really not that far off. And it was shopped out by a ton of wholesalers in Arizona. So it should have sold. So there's definitely some underlying issues that people weren't able to purchase it at that price, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that stinks.
I don't know what that is, but yeah, there can 100% be some opportunity here.
So the bank owned ones, we kind of have to wait until they decide to reduce the price, right? They don't haggle or anything. They
Yeah,
don't negotiate.
you could always try, but I mean, I think that maybe it sells at 1 million. I don't know. Um, I don't know because this property is also uh vacant and it's a big property. With multifamily, a lot of the times you want to run your numbers based off of income. And so this property obviously has no income. And especially for something this size, like a 12 unit, you want to base it off income. So
Off of the
anything,
revenue.
yeah,
Okay.
anything over 4 units is commercial. So 5 units starts commercial, and commercial properties are valued solely off income. You don't value commercial properties based off of comps.
Okay.
You can look at comps, but you value a property based off of the amount of money that it brings in. And this property is not bringing in any money. So it makes it a little difficult. But anyways, it looks like a property like this would probably get rented out for about $800 for 1 unit, and it's 12 units. So 12 units times 800 is 9,600 a month. Then times 12, that's $115,200 a year. And then times 0.7, that's about 80,640. Why did I do times 0.7? I took out 30% for vacancy management, repairs, and probably a mortgage. So it would probably pull in net around like 80,000. Some other people get a little more conservative and will do times 0.6. But so that's right around your profit margin. That's how much it should be bringing in is 80,000 times 0.6, or 80,640 is how much it should be bringing in if it
Okay.
rented for $800 a unit. And so then you could go about this a couple different ways. So right now interest rates are at like a 7.25% for DSCR. So someone's probably going to want to buy this on a DSCR loan. And so then you want your cap rate to be above what the interest rates are. So you'd probably want like a 8% cap on this. So then you could do it times 0.08 or divided by 0.08. And that would get you a price of 1 million pretty much. So I think that's where it trades. And that's at an 8 cap.
Okay. Okay. So are you thinking that the whole reason why nobody's touching it is because they just have it too high and the bank won't reduce it?
Probably.
Okay.
Also because you can't do something if they ain't making money, so you're guessing.
Right. And so you also have to think too, that's if that thing didn't need any work.
Exactly.
And you said this needs work, so it's probably about like another 200K worth of work.
So ideally, it would be like
800K.
800K.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Okay, so Leslie Clark. You said, "Hey Matthew, I feel super lost." What do you kind of have going on? I didn't get to read your whole message, but let's dive into what's going on.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah, I feel super lost. I came in yesterday. I guess I was like an hour late. I felt like everybody else started. I'm thinking it's day one, it's just beginning. I didn't know Arizona time. I'm here in New York City. So I thought you guys was 3 hours behind. So I didn't know Arizona is 2 hours. Then I found out during the call it's 2 hours behind. So
Arizona has no time change.
so I've never been to Arizona. I don't know nothing about Arizona. I'm here on the East Coast. So everything was just going. I'm like, this is gonna be an introduction. I just don't know which direction I'm going. Am I working in New York? Am I working in Arizona? I heard about the Discord. I didn't know anything about the Discord. Um,
Did you
I
see me send the Discord link in the Zoom chat?
I just saw it as when I was typing in just now to you. I saw it.
Cool. So yeah, there's the Discord link. Join the Discord. The reason for the Discord is because I wanted you guys also to have access to my team. And so you guys can get access to my team through Discord. So for properties that you guys need help with, questions you guys may have, you can tag at Justice Team and it'll tag me and my team. So that way we can go and see whatever questions you guys may have. So that's why we have the Discord. And then next thing, what else did you say?
Like I never worked with agents before. I did my first deal. I'm trying to work on my second deal. But I never called agents. It's like, is there a script to talk to agents? It just said when I got on, it was your guys was talking about comping and calling 30 agents. I'm like, I don't know what am I saying, what am I asking for, what I'm looking for, who am I? I didn't know nothing. I'm like, what? What's going
Yep.
on? Everybody else looked like they knew what they was talking about. I was lost. I'm thinking this is day one. We getting some instructions, and I just hear call 30 agents.
Yeah, heck yeah. Well, yeah, we're just freaking jumping into it, honestly. But yeah, so I did drop a script of mine that I have that you guys can all use. I put that in the Discord, so when you join, you'll be able to find it in there. So where because I pretty much gave everyone the option to kind of do the market that they want. So if you do want to do it in New York, or I know a lot of people in New York also do deals in Florida. If you were going to do it in Florida, or if you did want to do it in Arizona, I'll be able to help you out. So New York, first answer that question, I guess, where do you want to do deals at?
I mean, only because I just did my first deal, I'm more comfortable here in New York, so I would just assume I would do New York.
Cool.
Here in my backyard. No, I don't know anything about. That's a whole nother learning curve to do Arizona. I'm still learning. I'm still learning New York. I don't even know New York that well, so because I'm still new, I'm still learning, and so to jump in a whole nother market on the other side of the country, that's a whole nother learning curve. I don't, so I don't want to make it more harder than it already is.
Well, to be honest, I have the most amount of resources in Arizona. So it's like we could look at a property in Arizona and I can tell you what it's worth within a minute. Where in other areas in the United States, it's going to take me a little bit longer. And it's like, I know where properties are going to be trading at in Arizona. All you really are doing right now for this challenge specifically is just calling real estate agents and trying to find properties that you could get under contract. And then, if it gets to the point of where, you guys are like, hey, Can you go and hop on the phone for me? Like, yes, I'm more than willing to go and hop on the phone for you. I'm still willing to go and do that for you in New York. Not trying to convince you to do Arizona, but Arizona is freaking awesome. It's a great area to do deals. There's a ton of opportunity here. But you could do that in New York, and I will still help you in New York. But what you're going to be doing, I don't know what softwares or anything you have access to, but we're pretty much trying to do this for free. And so the way we're doing that is just by utilizing Zillow and Redfin, and we're trying to find properties listed that looks like they need some work or there's some level of motivation that they would take an investor offer. And then your job after that is to just call that agent and see what's popping.
Okay. And you said there's a script in the Discord?
Yeah, I put one of my scripts in the Discord, or my whole script. It's my entire agent script for cold calling agents, for MLS offers, for follow up. It has my entire script in the Discord.
Okay, I'll look for that after the call is over. So at least I got so I guess first, second, and third, I need some directions, some instructions. So I go look for the script. First, second is basically just start calling.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Yes,
That's it.
the action will work, the action will help. Okay.
Everything else falls into place. We don't got to figure anything out. We just got to go and start finding properties and calling them.
And calling them, I'm still learning the comping, I'm not, I comp a little bit,
You don't need to be good at that.
All right. Just give some offers. Just give offers. Because before, what I just give, like, find out the ARV and give somewhere around 60%. That's what I was doing previously, but I wasn't calling agents though. I wasn't talking to agents, so that's new to me.
You're calling sellers?
Yes, I was calling. Yes, I was calling sellers, and I was just putting the offers in through the online.
Okay. This is way easier than calling sellers.
Okay. Talking to agents is way easier.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. All you're doing is you're just trying to call some real estate agents and build relationships with them. And that's another thing too that I should have touched on yesterday is our philosophy and for my team specifically too is obviously it would be awesome if we could get this deal that we're calling about under contract, but that is not what you should be focusing on. You should be focusing on the relationship with the agent. And when you do focus on a relationship with the agent, you will end up getting deals. It may not be that deal. But again, as you guys heard maybe my call with Eugene, I'm like, this fine. I don't really care about this deal anymore. Hopefully we could do some deals together in the future. Like that's the goal. I want to do multiple deals with you. I don't care about this one, but how can we work together where we're doing, getting to the point where we're doing a couple together a month? That's what I want to get to, So your guys are calling about these properties, but the end goal is obviously would be freaking amazing if we get this property under contract, but you want to build a genuine relationship with them to then get deals with them multiple times in a year and do tons of deals with these people in the future. So to make it easier on yourself, don't think about it too much. Just think about trying to build a relationship with the agent.
Okay. And how am I finding it? Just finding agents on Zillow and Redfin? Just find them over there?
Yeah. Yep. So this is what I like to do. So I like Zillow a lot. So we'll just use Phoenix since it's right here. I like using Zillow, and there's keywords that you could type in. And so let's just say, you could go and put in cash and then just hit search, and let's scroll out. And boom, all 61 results of these properties that have the keyword cash somewhere in there. It should at least, but this one looks renovated. So this one's not something that we would want to offer on, but like something like, oh, well, that's one that we called on actually. This one's probably one that we'd want to offer on. This is a multifamily property that needs a little bit of work. It doesn't need a ton, but it needs a little bit. And so you could use cash. There's a ton of keywords that we use. Does someone have a list handy to them right now that I said yesterday? No. It was
I have a
cash,
very,
handyman
yeah,
special,
All of
and
that.
Must sell, handyman, special
Investor.
cash, needs work.
yep.
yep.
So
Investor, fixer upper.
yeah, I'll post that in the Discord too. So cash, investor,
Handyman
put
special,
Fixer upper.
keywords.
investor, investments.
And must sell.
Must sell. Okay, good one.
Yep.
And
So those are
TLC.
keywords that you can literally just put right here in Zillow into the filters at the keywords at the bottom. Motivated, that's another really good one. And like all of these should have the
TLC.
keyword motivated in it. I just posted the keywords in the Discord as well. So you guys can have that. And so yeah, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna go and use Zillow or Redfin. You could do the same thing on Redfin. Redfin's pretty cool because it has actually its own little filter. Let's go Phoenix. All filters. And it has one that says fixer upper, and you can just literally click that. Boom, see 97 homes. And here's some more. Like these are all properties that you could call on. And so you're gonna go and get the address and the agent's phone number, and you're gonna go and start calling, ringing away.
Okay, I'm on it. Okay,
That's it. Super simple.
got it.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Does anyone have any other questions or anything right now before we hop off?
The only question I have, I'm not sure if I'm working this backwards, but I'm looking through the listing and then I'm actually logging the actual properties just so that I don't, have to feel later that I've called them already, or actually it'll show that I actually have called them by documenting them. That's something that you do front in front or backwards, if that makes any sense.
So what you're doing is you're going and putting together a list of properties and then calling them.
Yes, that's what
Yeah,
I'm.
that works.
Okay.
Do that.
Yeah.
And what you could do too is you could go and then color coordinate it. Like I like color coordinated stuff. So like you could go in and make it green if you called, or yellow if the agent didn't answer but you still called, or red like we're not gonna offer on this one. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, that works. I highly recommend that, especially if you guys have other stuff that you got to do during the day. Go and make a list at night, and now you have your list to go and call the next day.
Right, and that's what I caught myself, got too busy today, but I'm at right now I've got about 40, so I got 45 calls that I'm already set up for tomorrow.
Boom, let's go.
Yeah, so they're all in the Phoenix area as well.
Heck yeah.
Exception of 2 that's in Yuma.
Nice.
I'm seeing a lot of things that are like, 65 days, 30, 48 days, 71 days, 93
Call
days.
it doesn't matter.
Right. And then I seen one that's got a price cut of 50K. And so that, for me, that kind of raises it.
That shows motivation.
Yep, exactly. And then a couple foreclosures and auctions too. So, but
There you go.
Dial in once I get some additional information from these calls tomorrow.
Sweet. Yeah. That's great. So yeah, just go put together a list and then start going through it and dialing every person on there.
What about the properties that say, the listings that say that sellers hasn't made any, or something like sellers hasn't made any updates to the property due to HUD restrictions or something like that?
I would go and
Anything else?
call,
Oh,
just call the agent. Like
okay.
a lot of the times too, for example, something like that, there could be some underlying issue like with liens or something. You could just go and ask them, hey, I saw that you said this. Honestly, I'm newer into the industry. What does this mean? And honestly, when you ask them for help, you make money. That's just how it works. When you ask for money, you get help. That's just how it works.
Okay.
That's why, like, even on one of the calls, I don't remember which one it was, but you heard me say, like, oh, what did you think about this? Like, where did you think ARV was? It seems like it needs a lot of work, right? And they're like, yeah, it kind of does. They're like, oh yeah, it seems like it could be like a 485 ARV. I think that was the first one. But like asking those questions, asking questions as in like, hey, can you kind of like help me? You know? Cool. Donna.
Yes, I put this address in the comp. I don't think anybody's gotten to it. If you have a second and can comp that one.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, I talked to the realtor. The family's motivated. They had a couple offers fall through, I think due to an inspection report. So they pulled it so they could take care of the inspection issues. And so they've taken care of those, but it does still need some work. I think they're still a little high for what I saw in terms of comps, but yeah, that one's really cute. And
Yeah,
it's
what's
like
our year build?
900.
Yeah.
It's same. Yeah. That was like 900 square feet, a little bit smaller, but yeah, that they did a really good job on that one.
And it has an extra bath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we're just at a 3-1 hours and about 1,000 square feet. But the lot is huge. It's like a 10K lot. So really, that's where the money is, quite frankly. It's a huge lot.
It looks like if the tax record doesn't say it, it says it's concrete. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think that based off of that one that we took a look at, that was fully remodeled. I think ARV
Yeah.
is pretty close to that.
Yeah. I think so.
I mean, this even and it has ours has an extra or less bathroom, and a bathroom's
Yes.
more than a bedroom. So I mean, I think ours is probably a little bit less than that. And this sold
Mhm.
last month.
Yep.
I like this property.
It's a good comp. Yep.
Yeah, and they're listed at 309.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like a 305 ARV, which it's got to be probably at like it sells at like 200K.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I think I had it at like 225.
Yeah, let's see, 305. Yeah, I mean, I think that if this thing really doesn't need a ton of work, based off like roof HVAC, that stuff, I think it sells at like 215 max.
Yeah, the roof is almost new. It was like 2020 or something like that, 2019. So the roof is fine. They had some water damage that they fixed based on the inspection report, and also termites that they fixed as well. But everything's
Okay.
disclosed and they're waiting on certificates. So if that's a requirement, we can certainly get those collaterals.
Yeah. No, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, I would try for 200K on it and just
Okay.
let them know. I mean, maybe even a little cheaper. I would try for like 195 because I mean they've been listed for a very long time.
Yeah. And I think that they've been on and off the market trying to take care of some, housekeeping stuff. And
Yeah.
it's probate also. So the family is, I think the matriarch or the patriarch of the family passed or something. But anyway, that's why they're motivated. They're not interested in living in it. They're just trying to sell it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
mean, I would go and tell the agent like, "Hey, look, this is what I'm seeing. I see a property that's like freaking beautiful right down the street. They did a really good job on it, and that
They
one
did.
actually has this one that sold for 315. This is the one you're talking about. Hey, this is what I saw. It actually and it has an extra bathroom. And so I mean I think ours is gonna be like around 305, 300K ARV based off of this. And
Mhm.
so I know ours has a bigger lot, but still ours doesn't need absolutely everything, but it needs work, right? Like let's
Yeah,
not.
need some cosmetic stuff for
Yeah.
sure.
And so with that being said, I'm going to be pretty low. Do you think your sellers would even entertain something like close to 200K? Because I'm probably going to need to be right around there.
Okay, can do.
Sweet.
Thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome. Sherry.
Yes. One thing is, I came across property. It says something about send your offers to go off or I don't know. You have to send it to some website. Um, and when I pull the website up, you have to be a member. So I think it's for buyer agents only. Um, I didn't know
Was there an
why.
agent phone number?
No. It didn't, she didn't have a number. All it said was present no blind offers, which that was not a problem. The other thing was that they wanted all offers to be sent to this pro buyer or pro offer .com. Um,
Interesting.
and it's a website that for buyer agents to present offers in on your behalf. So
But there was no agent phone number on the listing.
the agent, yeah, she had number, but it kept going to the answer machine. And they said, if you need any information, send all offers to this website.
Oh,
So it's
I
like
would just
she didn't
keep trying to get
care.
a hold of her. And that, like, again, I said yesterday, there's two reasons why properties don't sell. One, it's priced too high. Two, because the agent sucks. And that might be an agent that just
Well, that
sucks.
sucks. Right. And this other one is it's a property that I can't get the hang of it. I tried to get the ARV. I could be off, but I'm thinking more like 300K. But they're asking 250, but it needs work. So I need to know
Okay.
how close
Um,
I am.
all
Because you
right,
want to do it
yeah, let's
now.
take a quick look.
Okay. The address is 2803 ALLEGRO Drive, Northwest.
What did you just say?
2803
ALLE.
ALLEGRO
Okay, there we go.
Drive.
I lost you when you started spelling it. Okay, so this is it? Or this is a different one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 4.3, 2,100 square feet. Let me share my screen.
Mhm.
Someone buys this and rents it for $1,200 to a family with a kid. Boom, there you go. Yeah, it says they're holding it. But I think whoever owned it previously. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, they bought it all cash. Yeah. Why are there no pictures? Does Georgia typically have pictures? I feel like it
Yeah,
does.
they're supposed to, but
We're using this one as your comp?
yeah.
Yeah. And this one's a 3.4, and what's ours? Ours is a 4.3.
Yes.
In dispo or not in track deal find buyer, just put the address. Yeah, I mean, based off this one, I think ours is right around this price point. Like a 340-ish.
Okay, so 3K is 300K is fine, or I need to go up some?
No, you need to go down. I think that's the ARV.
That's what I was asking. What's the ARV 300?
Oh, yeah, I think ARV is like 340.
Yeah, because I'm thinking it's gonna need at least 100K in rehab. I could be wrong, but I'm being conservative.
I mean, I don't think. Oh, crap. Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely gonna be an extensive rehab. I don't think it'll cost 100K though. I think someone could probably get it done for about like 85. So I mean, you're really not far off though.
Okay.
I mean, this thing still probably needs to be like 175 or lower.
I was thinking 170.
170?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would at a 10% profit, if this actually sells at 340, a buyer should want this at like almost 190.
But she said that she had an offer at 195. And I said I understood, but I have to run my numbers, but I don't think I'm that high. But I would check to be sure.
Yeah, personally, I think this goes at one. I think you try and get it at 170 and you sell it for 189.99.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what I would do.
Thanks.
Cool. Heck yeah, guys. Absolutely crushing it. I love it. Love all the new questions. See, this is the point of taking action. You guys are starting to go and take action, get yourself into little problems and situations and ask the questions. So that's great. Keep up the good work. Homework will definitely be the same thing. 30 dials, 3 offers. That's the goal. Try to get to 30 dials and 3 offers. And so let's keep it up. I think we really got this in the bag. We're coming. So have a good rest of your guys' night. I will see you guys all again tomorrow. And if you guys have any other questions or anything, please just drop it in the Discord.
Thank you.
Good.
Of course.
Bye, everyone. Y'all have a good night.
Bye, everyone. All right. Bye.